The arms race, which sees the increase in spending on weapons and the production of more powerful weapons in the 1940s and into the 1950s. Causes behind this are, in 1945, America tests and then uses the first atomic bombs against Japan to end the Second World War. Total shock to the USSR. The USSR needs to be able to be on an equal footing to America. And eventually in 1949, the USSR then tests their own version of the atomic bomb. With both of them having the bomb, this is what then causes the arms race to develop through the 1950s. The arms race, really, one of the big events is the massive increase in military spending from both sides. In 1949, both America and Russia spent about $13 billion on military arms spending. And by the time, 4 years later, in 1953, Russia had nearly doubled that to $25 billion. America had gone up to nearly $50 billion in superpower in arms spending. So the search was on. The next big event was the fact that they were searching for a new, more powerful bomb, the hydrogen bomb. In 1953, both the USA and the Soviet Union had developed their own hydrogen bomb, a more powerful bomb than the atomic bomb. The other big event of the arms race is actually that the 1950s see a reduction in the amount of conventional weapons that the two sides have, because they don't need to have as many conventional weapons because they've got these all-powerful hydrogen bombs that can destroy cities and level countries, basically. If we then think about the consequences, the things that happen from the arms race, the big thing to talk about is in 1957, the Soviet Union is able to put the satellite Sputnik up into orbit. It orbits Earth in 1.5 hours. America sees this as a massive threat, because if the Russians can put a satellite in space, are they going to be able to weaponize space and put bombs in space? In response to this, America creates NASA, their space agency, which will eventually put a man on the moon. As well as this, the Americans decide that they are going to put missile bases in lots of countries to allow them a bit more access to Russia, predominantly in West Germany. This idea of missile bases in different countries will be one of the things that eventually leads to big conflict in the 1960s. As well as this, the Americans also put some of their nuclear weapons on some of their submarines. So they are now able to move nuclear weapons around the world and have easy access to any targets they might need to find.